Hi, welcome to my kitchen. Thank you for coming and cooking with me, Andrea. Today we're going to make my version of a Monte Cristo. So we're going to get started. Mine's a little different because I feel that mine is a little bit more boring. I don't have the mustard, I don't have the mayo. When I first had one of these, it was kind of more of a dessert base. Like they had syrup and everything on there. It was really delicious. So that's kind of how I learned to make it. But what I'm going to do is take 3 pieces of white bread, and I am going to go ahead and place good ham. This ham does not have to be too expensive though. Right now, groceries are very expensive. So what I'm thinking here is you get the ham you like. In my opinion, because everything is cooked, it tastes delicious. They have some hams at my local store that are not too expensive. And those are the ones I buy for sandwiches sometimes, like this, that will be covered or dipped, because they'll still turn out delicious, and then my price of groceries are not as expensive. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 6 pieces of ham, and I'm going to go ahead and layer it. I always start with the middle one first. I have a few pieces of Manchego mixed in with my Gruyere cheese. Most of it's Gruyere cheese. But you know me, I have to throw a little spin on something and do a couple little pieces of Manchego because I love Manchego. And so what I'm going to do here is put most of the cheese right like that. That's my bottom. Then I'm going to go right here. I'm going to put some like that. I'm going to kind of take my pan off the heat because it's starting to get hot. I can smell it. I do not want to burn this. Although I've had this kind of on the toasty side and it is absolutely delicious. But right here I'm just putting a nice texture or mixture of cheese and ham. Not too much. I went ahead and kept the ham sliced versus, the cheese sliced versus shredded, because I think it's harder to go ahead and keep everything together. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on like that. That's what my sandwich looks like. It's kind of interesting. Then I went ahead and took some of my favorite pancake mix. This is a great brand to use, by the way. It's a sweet cream. I encourage everybody to buy this. You know, making your own pancake mix. Some can do it, some don't have time. I don't. I use that one. I found that one and I just thought, oh my gosh, that is good tasting stuff. My pan is very warm, so I'm going to put it back on. And then, so what I did basically is I took a cup of the pancake mix and I put about a half a cup and put my own amount of water. I want it not too thick, but I don't want it super liquidy because all I'm going to do is make a mess in the oil. And I probably have a 1/3 of a cup of oil in here. That's canola. So I'm going to go ahead, make sure this is nice and hot. Then I'm going to go ahead and put my sandwich in. Unfortunately, with this sandwich, you have to get messy and you have to kind of do it in a hurry because you don't have a whole lot of time to fry. So it's coated, and like I said, it's messy, but it's going to be delicious. And I'm going to let it drip, and then I'm going to put it in, and I'm going to let it cook. Now I'm going to wash my messy hands here. Good thing I don't have my styling, profiling, nice towel that goes over my neck that my mother-in-law gave me, because I would have it surely messed up today. I know me. So I'm letting it just cook here, and basically, you know, I always thought of a Monte Cristo the way I had it was like a beautiful French toast, you know, with ham and cheese, and I was like, wow, this is so cool. Now what I'm making sure is nothing's sticking, because sometimes things will stick, so just make sure you go in after you get your hands clean. And then just, you want to kind of look at your bottom. Oh gosh, looking beautiful, looking great. So I want this nice and crunchy, nice and fried. So we got our heat up. Just take a few minutes to get it fried and you'll see. Looks beautiful. So that was 6 pieces of meat. and some good cheese. And basically, I just went ahead and dipped it in the batter. When it comes out of the batter, what we'll do is I'm gonna fry an egg because we like a fried egg with ours. So that's why I say mine is kind of like a French toast, a beautiful upscale grand French toast. Oh my gosh. But it tastes delicious. You're gonna love it. It's got the sweet, salty, savory. And then you're gonna put your beautiful powdered sugar on top. But look at, oh, this is beautiful. You are gonna love this. Let me wipe my hands. Take everything over here, because boy, I sure know how to make a mess. So you're just gonna let this cook up for a few minutes, and then I'll tell you a secret too. After we get the other side cooked, what we want to do is go ahead and tilt the oil this way so that it touches the sides of the bread. And then you're just gonna have this wonderful, but it's gonna, it looks like a beautiful browned piece of French toast. But that batter adds a little, I don't know, excellence on it. I don't know, it makes it sweet and delicious. You know, I've done these before with no batter on them. I've done them with just egg, and they're excellent. It's just this, it's like a grilled ham and cheese on steroids, because it's the cheese you use, the ham you use. You always want to use good ingredients. You don't have to use a lot of ingredients, just good ingredients. That's where it's at, especially now that your groceries are so expensive. That's what you want to do. So I'm just taking and tilting my sandwich. So I want my cheeses to melt. I want my bread to become infused. Oops, careful for the splatter. That can happen. And sometimes I'm really bad. I will sit there for a few minutes and just, you know, get that batter all inside and on the bread because it tastes so good. But you don't have to. It's going to be the meltiness, the crunchy of the top and the bottom bun or bread is what's going to give you the good crunch. But I tell you, if you do it like this, a lot of people that I know, they actually put theirs in a fryer. And I'm not that daring yet. I haven't tried that one. I'm going to try that one day. And I'm just going to let it sit because I like mine nice and brown. And see, you want that crunchy. And I'm cooking and heating my ham. Okay, now I'm going to flip it one more time. Oh, and that's what it looks like. Gorgeous. Careful so you don't burn yourself. But if you're not cooking, you're not burning yourself. It happens. They go together. So this is not a very expensive dish at all. It's just basically your plain bread. You can use any kind of bread you want too. It is really up to you. I say never go out and buy something that you don't use, especially with grocery prices this expensive. Use everything you have in your house. I'll tell you a secret too. If your bread is on the older side, as long as you keep it nice and soft, that's a good way to, you know, it's kind of like the theory of French toast. You want to go ahead and use it, and it gets rid of the old bread, and it tastes absolutely delicious. It's like croutons are that way as well. So I believe we are close to it being just done. It smells delicious. You can smell the sweet batter. Oh, it's absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick it up, and I am actually going to put it on a piece of my, I'm going to get a paper towel. I'm just heating the house up all over here. And I'm just going to set it down because I want it to just, I'm going to show you that side. It's absolutely gorgeous. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my oil on here. I am going to make us a fried egg. One fried egg. And the reason I want the fried egg is I want the yolk to go over it. We're going to go ahead and put this now. You see it on both sides. Absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to take up my pot of sugar. And I'm just going to put a little bit. Oh, you could tell the air conditioning is going on in the house. It is hot today. So my powdered sugar is just dropping all over. So what I do is I normally just drop a little bit on the plate like that around. We'll leave this here in case somebody wants some more. And this is how it's going to look traditionally right now. And that's my version. So remember, mine is ham, cheese, 3 pieces of bread. And I don't put any butter because I don't need the extra calories or anything like that right now. I like the sweet taste it's going to bring. And then just 1 fried egg. Okay, so my egg is almost done. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off my plate and I'm just going to cut it. Because we're all going to have a piece of it, and I want to show you what it looks like inside. It is absolutely beautiful inside. There's the cheese, the ham. A lot of people put jam, but there's a lot of different ways to make this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my egg so that I can crack my egg. And it is going to be absolutely delicious. And this is a good breakfast plate, actually. You know, I always joke and go, hey, dessert. But it would be actually a very good breakfast dish. Okay. This is what our beautiful Monte Cristo looks like. And like I said, I'm going to do it with an egg this way. I have some yolk, so I want you to see how it looks. So, let's try a little piece here. And I'm just going to take a little piece like that. And it tastes delicious. Absolutely delicious. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take another little piece. You could actually even put a little bit more powdered sugar than I put on there, but I love it. So I want to break the egg and show you what we do at home here. Is we just take and we break our egg like that, and really good breakfast dish. Very good. Once again, very inexpensive. I took white bread, 1 egg, took some cheese I had here, got some ham, and you can buy pretty much any ham. Just make sure the ham, in my opinion, is thin sliced so that it's easier to bite. And you see when I cut it, nothing came off. It didn't rip my sandwich apart. Everything cut perfectly. And like I said, powdered sugar, and I'm just going to put a little bit more powdered sugar on here because I think it tastes a little bit better with more. And it is absolutely delicious. Very inexpensive dish. If you like the content, please like and subscribe, and thanks for cooking with me, Andrea.